Hey guys, my name is Josh Hennings. I'm a freshman here at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. I'm a marketing and management double major with a minor in business analytics. And I was in DECA in high school. I graduated from Papillion Vista High School, the Monarchs. Uh, and yeah, I was in DECA for all 4 years of high school. I was an officer for 2 of those years, my junior and senior year, that is. I went to internationals my junior year and was planning on going my senior year, but it was canceled due to the pandemic. I also I did win like DECA member of the year in my senior year of high school for Nebraska. So that was super cool. So thought I'd go over some things about written events with you guys today for DECA and stuff like that. When it comes to, like I mentioned, written events for state, because they're a lot of work, but they really pay off, and it's a good way to qualify for internationals, and it's a really good way to get some real world experience for real marketing stuff and things like that. So yeah, I'll just go over some of that stuff with you. I'll show you an example of what my project looked like from my senior year, which was 2019. So 2019 to 2020, so last year, and yeah, I'll just go over some of that stuff with you, and we'll have some fun here. So first of all, I'll open this. So I did a written event 2 year for two separate years. I did one my junior year, my senior year. My junior year, I did a innovation business plan where you basically create like a new style of business and kind of like a new product or like change a current business, whatever, stuff like that. So that was pretty fun too. That's a lot more if you're into the sort of like entrepreneurial side of things. This project I did here my senior year was more real world, like already established business focused, and it was called a sports and entertainment marketing operations research event, as you can see right here with my name. Um, so I worked with the Omaha Storm Chasers, as you can see on with the logos and stuff right there. And so yeah, it was pretty fun. I highly recommend doing a written event. And if you do an event, one of these operations research, there's not just sports and entertainment. There's also like tourism, hospitality, stuff like that. So just check out DECA.org or Nebraska and see what we offer, and talk to your advisor, and they'll let you know what's going on, and they'll help you pick a right category and see what you want to do. So anyway, yeah. So basically, this had a max of 20 pages. This project here, as you can see, it goes pretty far down over here. So this is in PDF format. I highly recommend putting it in PDF because it's a lot easier to transport, like if you're going to send it in, which you have to, or to save it and stuff like that. So I have a MacBook Air right here, and what I use for my PDFs is this thing right here, as you can see highlighted on the bottom of the screen, called the Adobe Acrobat Reader. It should be free to download, and you can just like save your PDFs to there and stuff like that, and it makes things a lot easier to format and to save, and it also makes them like higher quality images, so it looks a lot nicer and when you print it and stuff like that. So what I did was I started with this title page. By the way, the title page, the table, and I believe the table of contents do not count towards like the page count or anything like that. So keep that in mind. That's why it says 22 right here instead of 20. But as you can see, I have a title page right here, like the main one. So you might be wondering like how I made it kind of look like this style, kind of like a little bit more like design based. I'll show you how to do that. So I used this website called Canva right here, Canva. Should be opening up. So yeah, and then if I look at my designs, so yeah, as you can see here, lots of different designs here, and I even made a couple of designs, as you can see me highlighting it right up here, for poster boards for the presentation part, and you can see it scrolling right there for the presentation portion of my project, because you want to do that too with a written event. You make a paper, and you also do a in live presentation. It's usually about a 15-minute limit on that, but like it's no problem. Like it's part of it, and that's the most fun part. You know what I mean? But yeah, as you can see here, so this Canva website, like I said, Canva, that's what I suggest using because it was really helpful with my process. It's free and it's online. And as you can see here, I made these pages for my Storm Chasers project. Not all 20, of course, but you'll see why. So here's the title page. Open this up real quick. So yeah, right here. So you kind of start over here, and you can choose a template if you want to get your like some inspiration, get started. You can upload photos, and like I uploaded these logos here. so what I started with was the background. So I went to elements, and then if you go over to like recent, so it says recently used here, but they're called like gradients and stuff like that. So down here you can find a gradient, or you can find a shape that has like a color kind of scheme like this. So as you can see, rather than just having a solid color blue background, I kind of have like a little bit of like a lighter blue up here as it kind of fades to the bottom right of the screen down here. It gets a little bit more like navy based and stuff like that. Also, just make sure you're adding all this information, like who you worked with, what school you're from, the school's address, and the due date for the project. And make sure you put your name, of course. And then these logos, as you can see here. So I would recommend putting whatever company, whatever the logo for whatever company you're working with on here. And the way I got these to be transparent in the background, so like that way it's just like the logo, not like a white square with the logo in it, was what you got to do is you got to go to Google Images, whatever, just look up Omaha Storm Chasers PNG logo and find one that's transparent in the background, or to have like little squares, and that should mean it's transparent. And you should be able to just save that, and it should load in as a transparent image as these two did right here, which makes it look a lot nicer, like I was saying. So like design is basically a really big part of these projects that you see, not just in DECA, but in like real marketing and stuff like that. So if you really want to get some real experience, this is a really good website that I recommend to use. And I'll show you here. I also, as you can see, like even up here, I won't open these. I'll just zoom in. So I work for American Eagle currently, and I do like some advertising and stuff there for them online. So these are just two ads I made real quick, like recently, past couple weeks here. It's like November 2020 right now. So as you can see, it's really useful for all this design stuff, and it looks professional, especially this one over here, as you can see, like with the colors and all that. So it's really good for designing stuff for DECA. And here's my table of contents. I'll open this for you. Now, make sure the table of contents is really concise but informative at the same time. I know it's a little ironic, but so as you can see here, I have numerical sections, which are the main sections of the paper that they highlight in your overview or whatever. And as you can see, it's like the executive summary, intro, methods used, findings, whatever, etc. And so I have those in blue here, and I kind of kept the same color scheme throughout. It's the Storm Chasers colors, so use whatever business you're doing as colors. That usually looks pretty well. And then the white ones are the alphabetical subsections of each of those numbered sections. So it's really important to get the table of contents down, because it looks really, it's a lot easier for the judge to go back to your paper and see, okay, where is exactly the proposed activities and timelines of the proposed strategic plan. Okay, page 12. All right, I'll go there. You see what I'm saying? So like it's really easy, and it helps the judge, and it'll definitely get the judge on your side a little bit more if you make it easier for them, because that's what they want for sure. And I'll go into this budget page a little bit later because we'll get there. Anyway, back to the overall project. Here we go. So yeah, that's how I made this first title page here, and then the table of contents like you just saw online. And we also have this executive summary here. And it's kind of the same thing I just mentioned. All these like parts here, so like the ribbon across the top of the screen where it says executive summary, and like this thing down here, the gray ribbon that goes downward. These are all like just elements, like little shapes that you can add, and then you just overlay words on top of that. So it looks pretty nice. For the executive summary, don't necessarily describe everything you did in depth, because that's what the paper is for, but rather go over everything, including what you found and like your conclusions, as you can see up here. So the executive summary should kind of be like just a concise one-page thing, one-page like paper of everything that you found in your study, everything that you did. Like I had an operations analysis and a project overview. So this is why I did the project, and this is what those Omaha Storm Chasers are kind of all about, basically. And then a budget preview down here. So it's a little preview for the later sections that you're going to get into. That's what the executive summary is. It's a preview for each section, but don't forget to add the conclusions at the end, because that's important. And then, okay, down here. So this is the main body of the paper. So don't forget to number your sections, kind of make them big with bold titles and like kind of headings. I made them different colors so they're easy to tell. And this part was done in like Word, like Microsoft Word. So here, I'll show you. This will open. So I would recommend if you want to format your pictures in the Word document, definitely do not use Word Online. Try to use the app if you have access to it, like the computer app, as you can see like down here, and it looks a little bit different. It's like black on the sides. So let's say I'm just typing the Omaha Storm Chasers are a baseball team. Anything, you know, so you're just typing your whatever words you're typing and you want to insert a picture. Let's go insert pictures, and then you can save whatever image you need from online. You'll previously have that already. Let's see here. So here we have an image of a boat on the Mississippi River. So say we're doing a project over the Mississippi River. So as you can see right now, it's kind of like weirdly formatted, you know what I mean? So like the words kind of don't really go well with it. So what we want to do is click on this image like this, go to wrap text, make it square, and then you'll be able to freely move this image wherever you want on the page. Like it doesn't have to be in line with any words. You can put it in the middle of words, anything like that. So that's an example of how I put these pictures where I did, kind of how the words bend around it, because you would not be able to do that on the online version of Word, which is okay, but it's fine. So yeah, then I kind of just went into all the, you know, everything, and make sure I would add at least one photo per page. Don't have any pages just be like straight up, or at least one photo or graphic per page. I wouldn't have any pages just be like straight up words. One of the things about marketing is like people always want to see like the visuals of it, especially like a judge for a DECA event, you know, like they're seeing a lot of other products that are just typed out with maybe one picture or whatever. So add some interesting photos that are relevant to your project, of course. And as you can see here, so these are the methods I use for research. So a survey, some interviews with personnel, some secondary research myself, and just stuff like that, self-observation. So I added little graphics for each of those. So you see what I'm saying? And it's the same color scheme, so it kind of goes along with the design format. And these you can find on Word. They're usually like their own thing. So I'm sure if you went insert, yeah, insert like icons or shapes, any of those, you can find those, and just insert those in there. Here I added little photos of people I interviewed that worked with the Storm Chasers, and just kind of added their name, title, all that type of stuff. Here's some more photos. I was talking about uniforms in this project a lot, so I added some photos of uniforms that the Storm Chasers already use, as kind of as like a reference. And then here's some other minor league baseball teams, as you can see here. And so now going into the conclusions, there's a little bit more pictures that have to deal with each thing that we're talking about. So this is a social media one. So I put a little picture of a Facebook like contest on the on the Jumbotron. So as you can see, Facebook fans of the game, stuff like that. So it's relevant. Strategic. This is like the main part of the strategic plan. This is kind of like what you think of yourself. Once again, just adding photos, making it kind of interactive, just so it's all the photos are kind of all over the place. As you can see, it's never like the same design of photos on each place. Here I have the photos all together. Down here they're like alternating sides. Up here they're all on one side. So just switch it up. You know what I mean? Just it's nice to see that design wise. Here's some more images that look nice. Make sure the images are like high quality and stuff like that, and they'll look good. So right here is a good example. I took a screenshot of the Storm Chasers Instagram website. So just whatever computer you have, just like look up how to take a screenshot in there and do that. On Apple computers, it's Shift Command and then 4, and then you can like size the screenshot to be like whatever size you want on the page. So that's kind of nice if you need to just do that real quick. Same thing, just more pictures. So here's the proposed budget plan. This is basically the end of the project here. So the budget's also a very important page because it's kind of like the plausibility of this like actually happening for any written event. So same thing, basically. I'll show you on the website Canva that I mentioned. So here's the website Canva. Like I said, like I showed you guys earlier. We'll do this. Yeah, so here's the proposed budget page, as I mentioned. This little ribbon up here is kind of just like for the title, so it kind of stands out. I made this graph here on another website actually. I'm sure you can make it on. There's like plenty of websites that you can do it on if you need one. So just do that. That's what I did. Worked out pretty well. And as you can see, like on the right side of the graph right here is kind of like my how I plan to allocate my funds for the project and stuff like that. The total cost over here, and then this is kind of going in depth on why each portion of the money is gonna like be allocated in such ways. And then down here is just a little graphic of each of them. Once again, just maintaining that design and everything. The way to get these Canva images, like these Canva graphics here, into the Word file, what I did was I saved the Word and I added some extra pages for like blank pages for where I plan on putting these things, because I don't really format into Word too well, like if it's just a picture. But then I would take a screenshot of this page and I would put that in the PDF over the blank pages, if you know what I'm saying. So that helps a lot, to make it look a little bit nicer and smoother. So yeah, and then the bibliography, of course, make sure you get your sources down. Appendixes are optional. I did mine because I did a Google Forms survey. If you do plan on doing that for your project, just look up how to do a Google Forms survey and just create one. And you can send it out to however many people. I think I got like 140 responses or something like that. So it's really helpful for like some of your research, and it makes you look a bit professional. So yeah, our 131 responses you can see right there. So yeah, I added all these. You don't have to do this, but I just did just to add it as a reference. So yeah, that's pretty much it for design wise. So yeah, basically just here's a little information card with my name and phone number, email on it, all that type of stuff. If you have any other questions or just want to ask me how I did other stuff with DECA or anything to do with DECA, just stuff like that, or design, anything, shoot me a text or whatever at this number, or an email, whatever. I'm usually available. Just let me know what you need to help on, and I'd be willing to do it. So thanks for listening. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.